Somebody wrote in just this week and asked me to go over release, meaning how the club releases through the ball. Okay, now I'm going to show you the right way, and I'm going to show you what I do, which is almost the right way. The reason I can't release like I used to is because my shoulders are so tight and my flexibility in my upper body is gone. So we're going to go over very quickly in this video what is meant by the release of the club through the ball. Now there are different kinds of releases depending on how you swing the club. You know, I mean, even the pros on a tour, they release through the ball differently because they're squaring up their club in proportion to how they're holding the club and how they are addressing the ball, right? We're going to go over that. So come back and I'll give you my version of various types of releases through the ball and what I think is the best. So come right back. So basically, the old school style of release is you had more of a neutral grip. You didn't have a stronger grip like they do today, right? Your face was square at the ball, obviously. Took the club back. Club opened up a little bit, right? Made a good full turn. Moved your hips to clear and kept your wrists, because of the right arm coming into the side, kept this cocked, this wrist cocked, and held it to about here, and then released it through the ball. That's release. And that type of release, if you opened the club up, that would be a turning type of release. Remember, I'm going to do this video, what goes up must come down. So if you open the club on your takeaway, you're going to have to turn that thing over to hit the ball. Now, if you come off with a stronger grip, you take it back, you're going to slide more laterally to get in front of it, and you're not going to have to roll it over or time it as much. That's why a lot of the young players are doing this stronger grip and then coming through and keeping it down here because they don't have to roll it over because they're closed. Stronger grip creates a closed club face coming back. I say closed, I really mean more closed, not open, right? Because they're saying that your club should be at your spine angle, which I don't really use that, but if it helps you, good. So if you open the club on the way back, you got to close it on the way through. That's how the old pros used to hit, right? If you got a stronger grip, you go back, the face is more closed, you got to get in front of the ball more, and then you can keep it like that more. You don't have to roll it over. What goes up must come back, okay? Now, there's another kind of release, and even, surprise, surprise, Jack Nicklaus used to do this. That's why he used to hit it so high even with a 2-iron or 3-iron. Right? And that is the release where you get it starting to come down and you release the club a little early and you're timing it that way. And he would have a really reverse C finish. You know, he would take it way up, but he would start releasing it immediately from the top, but he had such a leg drive coming through that his hands still never really caught up to his legs, and that's what you want, because if you don't make a powerful enough move to the left on the way down and your club catches up to you, you're going to top it, hook it, hit a nasty shot. So those are basically the three types of releases that I'm going to talk about today. There's a few more, but they're just variations on that. And I know players that do very well releasing the club early, and they usually hit it way up high. That's how you can tell they're doing it, right? So for me, though, what I'm doing, neutral grip. What do I mean by that? I mean, I like that. And a hand on the club. And the centrifugal force, I don't break my wrists willingly on the way back. They may break naturally, but I don't do it. I got to break my wrist on the shot, unless it's a specialty shot, like a punch shot or something like that. Or it's a bad lie, and I feel like I have to go after the ball to get it out of a divot or something, right? But anyway, I'm neutral. I'm taking the club back a little different. I'm taking it now like this, but it's okay. I'm still feeling like I come through like this. Now, if you looked at me swing when I was 18 years old, in the beginning of this video, you will see that my shoulder's down and I'm released. I can't do that anymore. In fact, that just hurt me right there. But to be serious, now I just make sure the face hits the ball square, and sometimes because of the tightness in my shoulder and back, I don't really finish with a whole lot of extension through the shot. However, as you well know, if you follow golf swings, Mr. Jordan Spieth has this kind of action coming through. You know, that may be a very poor imitation of it, but so he's got his own way of coming through the ball. The most important thing about coming through the ball, you want to hit the maximum speed that you can while keeping the club square at impact. So let me just hit an easy shot here off the tee. And I'll slow that down so you can see. I just murdered that ball, by the way. For me, not by today's young people. But I'll slow that down, and you should be able to see my hands keeping my right hand in right here and keeping my wrists from releasing until right about here. Then they should release and hit the ball. That's my way. That's what I call a release. Now, some people, like Bubba Watson and Phil Mickelson, they get the club so high, and then when they come down, they're actually hitting it so their right hand is coming under like this, which also is okay. It's not a twist, it's an under, right? It gives them more height, and they're very long hitters. I'm not as familiar with that as the first couple releases that I talked about, but I was just reading a book, The Natural Golf Swing by George Knudson, and I was shocked to learn they say he had one of the greatest, not swings, but he was one of the greatest strikers of the ball the game has ever seen. Trevino and Nicklaus and Palmer, they all sing his praises. And he said he never consciously broke his wrist on it, but he just he actually took the club back with a weight shift of his weight going to the right, you know. So he never consciously did anything, made his wrists, forced his swing to do anything. That's why he called it the natural swing. And we're going to get into that in another video called How to Find Your Swing, how to find your very own swing. It's coming up. But yeah, so he also said it's the force, your left side moving into the ball keeps the wrist from releasing until at the ball, right? And why do they know to release at the ball? How do your wrists know we're going to release at the ball and not someplace else? Because you tell it by addressing the ball a certain way. You want it, play it up, the wrists will release there. You want to hit a different kind of shot, the wrists will release there. However you set it up at address, and you don't move off the ball, meaning your head or your spine angle. If you don't move your spine angle and you tell your club where to release, meaning how you address it, if you don't move the spine angle, it's going to release right at the ball. So you're telling it by your setup how you want the club to release through the ball. So I hope that helps. If it doesn't, write me a question or a comment and I will try to answer it as best I can. Thank you.